What's good, relatives? It's your girl, and I'm back with another audio tape. Pretty much teleporting to you all through the airways. You guys already know I like to hop right into the topic, and I'm not with all the fluff. So basically, today's audio tape is called Break the Chains. It's definitely time to break more of those chains, okay? Because clearly, you guys, they're not physically on you, right? But there is definitely a universal mental hold on so many people and so many souls. And you can actually tell. You can tell by what people post, what people say, what they do, how they react. And people just have to, begin to realize more that America in the illusion of power holders will never be for you. Okay. And let's just know that that's just not how it was designed to be, right? It was designed off of our backs and for their benefit, right? They never tell you how bad it's going to be or how bad it is until it's actually here and it's actually happening, and it's at people's doorsteps. And then even then, they still be hiding the truth, right? There's so many, love is all, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, there's so many, immigrants and foreigners and just people who have basically stolen and plan to continue to mentally, and spiritually enslave you into perpetuity. Like, they want to just continue to steal and continue to do this. And if not even physically, put the shackles on you as well. And nobody's being held accountable, or nobody was ever held accountable, but now they are. Now they will be. They have to pay at some point. There's going to be a time where everybody faces that judgment, and they have to pay with their land and their businesses and in their lives. And then ultimately they're going to have to pay because it's going to be a lack of longevity for them, right? There's going to be a lack, and there's going to be a lack of legitimacy for them beyond this reality. Do you catch what I'm saying? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to pay for everything that's going on. So it's like, you're not, people's not going to get away with what's happening, everything that's going on, right? There's active banks and active, governments that are responsible for all of these economic conditions. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's basically anything to keep you working for it, keep you trapped in all of these loops and stuff. And even then, they're still hiding the truth, and they're still breaking their promises, and they're just not holding up to their end of the bargain, their end of the deal, in by any means necessary. And so at the end of the day, people are responsible for their personal participation in everything that's going on, and their personal reactions, and how much of it that you obtain, right? And how much of the truth that you're obtaining. Because I know for me, like, I've obtained knowledge of how much people, there's different organizations, real life active organizations, that are actually paying people to come onto this land. And while people are suffering in the slums or struggling, and even if you're doing well, it's like the state of the economy is so out of control that there's no way that they're paying people to come onto this land and give them hundreds of thousands of dollars, and up to millions of dollars, in one household or for one family. Like, that's absolutely crazy. And people don't even know about that, because people, some people, they just don't read, or they just don't pay attention to what's actually going on. So you can't really be upset, because they do tell you that they're doing it, but people just not looking into it or looking it up, or just don't know, or aren't aware of the correct information. That'll help you see it, and it's not to frustrate you, but it's really just to shed some light on the dark truth of why it's so hard, or why it seems so hard for some people right now. But really, it's I always like to stay solution based, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there. But either way, we just really have to cleanse our households, right? We have to cleanse each household and each community of its toxicities first, right? And then it'll trickle off into, with the time and with the patience and the effort, trickle off into the state and the county and the higher levels, and so you just have to write out what you want. What do you want for the collective? You have to write out what you want for your family, and what does your family want as a collective, as a family, and then just pretty much work on it daily for what it's worth. Some of our parents were straight OGs. like straight G's, you know what I mean? Well, I know mine were, okay? And so at the end of the day, they were God geniuses with what they had, in that time, and how they were able to create and how they were able to make it. And the same thing for our future generations. And so they can just be, come here and just be that, just be magical and live in their, in their divine right. And so in this time, I know that we're in the thick of the shit right now. Like there's so much going on, but you have to build yourself up, okay, for the next 30 days and build your family up. And then, let that trickle out into your community and so forth, on the other levels. But then we have to continue to rapidly change and to flourish. And so we have to do these 30-day challenges on ourselves, right? Challenge that. Like people, you don't see too many of those no more, but make sure that you do the 30-day challenge on yourself, because that's good for helping you be able to restructure in a sub-governmental way, okay? Because the evils are definitely, being recognized. They're coming to surface and they're being confronted and wiped out so fast. And that's why they're trying to get you even faster, and tackle your soul and tackle your energy and salvage and harvest what they can. But see, people don't even know that it's literally cosmically illegal to make and break laws, against the people. Like, how are you going to try to put something legal and whitewash it onto people? Like, that's illegal cosmically. Okay, and so people have to pay for that. All right, so make sure that you're manifesting and transporting not only yourself, but the people that you care about, if you can, to greater greatness. I dare you, and I've been saying this for years, but literally, tribally, galactically, respectfully, we should be going back to, battalion style families and bands and communities and things like that. Not only for survival, but for the whole entire experience, and so we definitely share a charged circuit and a charged bond. And so that ultimately, can create supreme protection in a physical way, on the physical realm. Okay, and so when it gets more apparent and when things are happening, like, don't be surprised when it's closer to the doorstep, because it's happening and it's been happening. But just make sure that you recognize the position that you're in. Okay, during these times you have to, think about it and then actually make your way, so you can stand unified, or you can stand clarified with your people, or you can do both. So just recognize that there's a position that you have to recognize that you're in. All right. And so this is galactic business, but this is definitely earthly, earthly shit. This is heavy. Okay. And so I know that at the end of the day, individually, it's all up to you. Okay. And so you will be living, you can live a blissful life. You can live a happy life and be blessed. And so those who guard the prophecy and those who guard the truth will inherit the true fortune. You have to understand that reward and fortune is definitely yours, but you are definitely rewarded according to all that you have done. Okay, you're good, you're bad, your angels on both of your shoulders that are watching you at all times. All of these chapters, there's literally 22 chapters in this volume. It's 2022 according to this calendar. And so, and all of this beyond that is granted to you, right? So at the end of the day, if you clicked on this message, you're in the best position to receive. If you're clicking on messages that help you with higher learning and higher information, then you're definitely putting yourself in a winning position, especially if you're living it out on a day-to-day basis and you can feel it and it shows. Okay, so there's definitely galaxies more of where this information has come from, and so just know that you the baddest. You the baddest, and you working on it. So work to get yours and continue to work on getting yours, because you are the greatest in your field of whatever it is that you do. Okay, you're the star of your passion, and only you know what it is that you need to do. Okay, and you only have to keep switching up who you are, and all of this stuff is really when you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know where you come from, or you don't know where you're going, right? So it's hard for you to grow. Okay, but it's definitely your birthright to know that. Okay, so continue to write your story. And I know for me, chapter 30 has been like literally mind-blowing. It's blissful and it's advancing. And I'm just like so happy for, everybody that's advancing, and even myself, and just happy about all the next level to come. So, but just know, your real identification and your real ID, your true real ID, is your connection to the cosmos and your energy. Okay, so it's beyond what's issued to you by these organizations and these companies and what falls under, governmental things. Okay, And so if you're close enough to me, or if you have the gift to see souls, then you can see into the lens of my suit and you can know exactly what's going on. Okay, so pay more attention, you guys, and don't keep thinking that you're just a black human. All right, keep on thinking that, but actually stop. All right, because you need to continue to break these chains on your brain. So that's pretty much it. I didn't want to make this video too long, you guys, but just with everything going on, just make sure that you conserve your energy, okay, and pay attention to just it's so many blatant lies, okay. Just make sure that you're paying attention to that. So keep your space clean, keep your, uplift your people in this time, and just get really, really clarified and detailed on these things, y'all, okay? So you guys already know where to find me. I'll be in the Britannica making some t-shirts, putting together some spiritual kits. You guys want your spiritual kits, go ahead and log on to relatapparel.com. Get your God Life tees, and let's rock. I love you guys. Until next time, stay fine, divine, and y'all. Peace and power.